So I've done quite a few boss challenges lately, and the other day I realized I've never tried to beat an elite boss or a boss in general using only a hero, and I'm starting to wonder if that's even possible. So today I'm going to attempt to beat Elite Bloonarius using only Adora. Now we are going with Adora because I think that is obviously going to be the only hero that stands a chance at all, because with the transformation of the TSG, that will be the hero that does the most amount of damage by far. Now I would like to place her as soon as possible, and I can't afford to do that right now, but I want to have her placed right here obviously, and that takes another 1000 cash, and that's going to impact my farming so much that I think I am going to sort of prioritize farming over getting Adora down as soon as possible. And that's obviously going to cost me a few levels by round 40, but I don't know, I have a feeling it's the right choice. Oh, I forgot to mention, as per usual with these challenges, I'm going to try to solo each and every tier using Adora, but you know, for the earlier tiers it's pretty difficult and I'm kind of doubtful for this one. It has worked out in most previous challenges, but you know, kind of doubtful for this one for the first tier, but you know, I'm gonna give it a go. If I can't, I'll just add some other towers. Okay, so the farming is pretty rough when you have a shitty hero for farming and you still have to get that hero down and whatnot, so we're not really gonna have an abundance of cash for tier 1 either, so as I predicted, the tier 1 is probably gonna be pretty tough to solo with only Adora. Yeah, like, what level is she now? Level 6? That is not very good at all. Not sure what level I'd like her to be. I guess level 10 for the Ball of Light ability. Okay, let's do a little check to see how much money we have if we were to literally sell everything. 40k, okay. Now, honestly, I might not even want to be selling everything, but, you know, just to see what I could possibly afford, I guess something like this. Now this will attack a little bit, but I'm not gonna care too much about that because this is probably gonna be difficult as is. The ceramic rushes are going to be like pretty brutal, so maybe something like this to gain some more peers and glue strike to help out with the rushes. And I guess other than that, maybe like an overclock or maybe like some, I don't know, something to sacrifice once we unlock the blood sacrifice ability. But honestly, I probably don't want to sell everything. It might be a good idea to continue farming for a few rounds because, I mean, this is not going to take out one skull very quickly anyway. By the time we take out a skull, we need some more defense, but maybe keep farming for a while and then as we're about to pop the first skull, sell some stuff and buy more buffs. Yeah, right now we're doing no damage whatsoever, so we really don't have to worry about popping the first skull. But I mean, are we even gonna be able to do this at all? You know, this is just a test run, so let me go ahead and sell all of this, get the overclock, what else? Let's just sacrifice this, use this ability, get this thing. I mean, this is really not doing anywhere near the amount of damage that I needed to do. Oh, and it can't even pop purples. Yikes. Okay, how many levels do I even gain by like sacrificing something really expensive? Gets me to level 10. Yeah, like if this is gonna work, I'm probably gonna need the Ball of Light. Let's wait for the boss to come around again and let's use all of the abilities at once. Okay, so let's try this here. We do another sacrifice and use all of the abilities, set to strong. Yeah, this is obviously not gonna work. It's not dealing nearly enough damage. Out of curiosity though, how does it handle the insides now that we have like no abilities up? Oh, probably set it to first. Yeah, okay. And in fact, we are so far off from beating this with Adora that I'm just gonna skip the challenge completely for tier 1 and just get whatever towers I need. I guess maybe continue to do a little bit of farming and also get like 2 more glaives and then maybe a sub for the first strike ability. People usually complain to me that I should go with the middle cross path whenever I get an alch for these guys, and they're probably right, but in this particular case, because of the range here, I'm gonna go bottom cross path as usual. And let's see, this one is not yet upgraded, but let's see if we can handle the insides like this. Ability. Let's see here. Yeah, we can, I think. Nice. Oh, and I probably shouldn't have placed this out right here, because it's kind of in the way of me placing another farm, so let's get rid of that. So now I can't place any more farms in range here, just barely. That kind of sucks. Placement here is really not optimal. Yeah, this farming turned out pretty horrendously here, but I think it doesn't matter too much, and we really have this little HP left. It's gonna cause me to have to play another round. That is so annoying. This farming is just horrendous. Well, whatever. We're moving on to tier 2. Okay, probably not much going on in the next 7 rounds, just some basic farming, and then I'll see you at tier 2 when we have to figure out how we're gonna solo that tier. Okay, so yeah, we do have a decent amount of cash here. What level is Adora? Only level 9, because we haven't done any sacrifices. So just to get an idea of how challenging this would be, let's just sell everything and buy as many buffs as we can to see how easy or difficult it is, so we know sort of how much we need to sell. We'll get a freaking perma-brew, an overclock, cold arms, hell, homeland defense, and a cold arms and an energizer, basically just to see what happens, you know, when we go all out. And prepare some sacrifices. Can't remember the exact, you know, maximum sacrifice amount, but you know, something like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and use all the abilities at once, set her to strong, and okay, it would seem that this is not gonna work either. Yeah, like Adora needs to be at a very high level, and she also needs like the temple buff, TSG buff, and the transformation for her to like do anything useful, it would seem. So yet again, it would seem that we are so far off that we have to make use of other towers, and I guess we're going with a Mad. That is kind of disappointing, not gonna lie. I did sort of expect a bit more damage when going all out like that. But whatever, I guess we'll just have to wait until we can afford a temple and such. Wait, am I actually... I'm even dead to the insides here. Well, if there is one thing you've probably learned about me playing bloons, it is that I like to take the easy way out. There we go. Spend all the money. But like, surely after this we'll have so much cash that we can like get a temple and maybe even like buy, or rather sacrifice our way to gaining some more levels here, so we can get her to 20 and at least get the regular temple buff for next tier. But like, is even that gonna do it? Anyway, I'll just keep farming and I'll see you at tier 3. Okay, I feel like I have a decent amount of money now, so I'm starting the process of putting 10 stacks on Adora now, and we have probably enough cash to sacrifice and upgrade our way to level 20 for the next tier, and maybe a TSG, but at least a temple buff. Oh, I should probably move Adora like down here, because I need her to be in range when making the transformation of the temple. So, and I don't want to create the temple too far up, so I'll move her back later. Let's just go ahead and do the same thing as last time and do a little bit of a test run. Man, we are nowhere close still. I think, you know, we're probably gonna have to wait until the next tier here, because we kinda need her to be level 20, fully transformed, and have the submarine paragon submerged for the like 6x damage. because that helps the ball of light like crazy. That's kind of what we need. Yeah, honestly, I think that's what needs to be done. So I guess just a degree 20 dart paragon for this tier, and then next tier is where we send it. So yeah, it would seem that, like, as I said, the only hero that has a chance at doing this challenge is Adora, and that is pretty much because of the sub-paragons buff to heroes, and without that, like, soloing elite bosses with a hero is like just an insane idea. Doesn't work. I mean, I didn't expect to be able to beat tier 1, but I don't know why. I had a feeling that the tiers after that would be, like, at least somewhat possible, but I was so far off, dude. Whatever. Moving on to tier 4. Okay, I think I have enough cash now to get the VTSG for the cool transformation. Doesn't actually give any more damage, but, you know, it looks better. And then I can just sell the VTSG and get back the support TSG, so it doesn't actually interfere with the challenge. And that's the 2 tier 5s, so this should be the cool transformation right here. And then we'll just sell the VTSG and get the normal support temple back. Oh, and I need to place a pool here, because Adora needs to be in the range of the sub-paragon. We'll give the temple 1 range upgrade, that's gonna be enough, and then also we'll place the perma-brew somewhere behind here. I think I am gonna go ahead and get some debuffs also. I'm gonna go ahead and place the sniper outside of the range of the TSG to try and minimize the damage from it, but you know, playing elite doesn't really matter. Oh wait, I forgot. I've set up these sacrifices here for Adora because that increases her range and attack speed, but it also increases the range and attack speed for the temple, so the range of this temple is gonna increase, so it will buff this one anyway, and it will also attack the boss, but you know, the damage is pretty negligible. How do you say that word? It won't affect the challenge is what I'm trying to say, but it's not gonna look as clean. Yeah, okay, so we'll have this one down here, place the totem here, and that will reduce the cooldown of the abilities, which is super important because we need the ball of light to do the majority of the damage. Okay, so we're gonna set Adora to strong. Everything is already tech botted except for Adora herself, and we also need to do the sacrifices manually. So, expectations. This will definitely take down tier 4 fairly easily, but tier 5 I am very hesitant about. That's my prediction. Okay, here we go. This is probably gonna do some pretty good damage. Look at this. Oh yeah, definitely gonna be able to take down tier 4. Let's see here. 1 million in... how far? Yeah, look at this. The damage gets reduced so much as soon as the ball of light disappears. Remember to do the sacrifices. As soon as the ball of light comes up, it does a really good amount of damage. Wow, this is so chaotic. But yeah, this is looking pretty much as I expected. It's gonna be able to take down this tier for sure. But man, tier 5, I doubt that. Let's see, how fast does it take out these F-bads? It's not set to first, it's only set to strong, but yeah, even without the ball of light aiming on the F-bads, they are no threat whatsoever. But yeah, like probably 70, like almost 70% of the damage is in the ball of light, so you know, there's nothing more we can do to increase the damage or uptime of that. We have everything we could possibly do, so yeah, so I mean, for tier 5, if we let it go all the way to the end of the track, maybe we will be able to take out like 30 out of the 40 million HP, something like that, but I think we're gonna be fairly far off from beating this. But I mean, we'll give it a go, see how close we can get. I'm not gonna bother with something like Shinnooking the normal embrittlement, because that's gonna add so little damage. I mean, the ball of light is what really makes or breaks the case here, so I'm not gonna bother with that. Okay, time for tier 5. Again, I am not very hopeful, but probably 30 million HP or so I think we can do. And that's without selling and rebuying Homeland too. Yeah, so for this to work, we need to have basically taken out, like, I guess 2 skulls by the time we get to this first sort of turning point in the top right corner. And that is not gonna happen. We're gonna take out like 1 skull. Okay, so we didn't even take out 1 skull before the bend. That is just awful. I was expecting this to be closer, because remember, we did manage to do this challenge with the Sentry Champion, and yes, that tower responds to buffs in a whole other way, which is just crazy, but, you know, still, having Adora fully transformed with this new sub-paragon buff, I thought we were gonna get a bit closer, but apparently not. And of course, doing this challenge with this particular tower, it's completely impossible to stall the rounds because, you know, global range seeking attacks that almost insta-kill. So we only have 11 more rounds. Not that that matters in this case, but, you know. And, wow, do I actually need to target first here for a bit? Yeah, like, I'm actually dying to insides, that's crazy. Yeah, so this would slaughter a normal boss, but an elite boss, nah, no way. Do you think it could do it with Vortex? Vortex is weaker, and you could place Adora quite far down so she wouldn't get stunned. Yeah, no, Vortex Elite Tier 5 has 33 million HP-ish, so that's still way, way, way too much. Yeah, this is gonna be it. We're dead to these insides for sure. Yeah, this was not nearly as close as I expected it to be. GG's. And of course there's nothing we can do here. Selling and rebuying Homeland is not even gonna get us anywhere close, so that's it. Petition to make the sub-paragon buff even stronger. Sign it now. Anyway, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.